All right, everybody, welcome to Cats Consultants. I'm Mike Perush, and I'm here today with Mark Reeder. Mark's one of my best friends. My gosh, Mark, how long have we known each other?
Who you were in school
Holy cow.
about
We don't
about
even say
halfway
that.
through, so it's in the 20s.
Yeah, every bit of that. Every bit of that. So Mark and I have known each other for a long, long time. And Mark, in my opinion, is probably the guru of chiropractic equipment in the country. He really is the guru. Mark's my gosh, Mark, you've been around chiropractic tables and muscle stim machines and ultras. I mean, you know a lot about, I think, every piece of equipment out there. So
Mhm.
Mark's just this great resource in the profession, and he's been a great friend of the profession over the years. Mark, tell us a little bit about who you're with now.
I'm with a company called MultiRadiance Medical. Now, the company itself is out of Cleveland. I'm still a Kansas City guy, but make my way over to Cleveland at least once a month and get over there. MultiRadiance Medical has been around since mid to late 90s. So if you're not familiar with it, you may have just seen the products or whatever, but MultiRadiance Medical manufactures cold laser, what we call cold lasers, and that's a class 3 or below. So.
Yeah, you guys have always seemed to kind of be one of the leaders in that type of laser for chiropractic patients.
Well, I think because number one, it's effective.
Mhm.
Chiropractors want to know that the therapy they're going to use is going to get results. Nothing worse than putting something on a patient that the patient can't feel it, and
Right.
then they don't get results. It's so the nice thing about our products is we're almost guaranteed to get results. I hate to say that, almost guaranteed, but we've seen it. And then, we really made advances when we took our products away from the consoles and went to portables like this,
Yep.
one of the portables, one of the powerful in-office portables, and that's made a real big difference too, because you're no longer tethered, to a place inside the office.
Which is great because a lot of chiropractors kind of need to move around,
Yes,
and based on how your clinic might be, you don't always want to be tied to that one room or one place in the clinic. So
right.
I think that's great. Plus the fact that you guys have been around so long, you've
Mhm.
really perfected lasers and laser therapy, and you guys make great equipment.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Tell us a little bit about some of the different lasers that you guys have.
Well, we do still have consoles, right? You can still get consoles that are tied to the wall. Ironically, they're not as powerful as the new lasers that are portables.
Isn't that
The
crazy?
advancements in battery technology and lithium battery and power technology allowed us to take those functions out of the console and put them into the handheld portables. That said, the handheld portables are, a hair more expensive than the consoles. There's a little more technology packed into a tighter space.
Sure.
But we have a version that we call the laser stem that no one else has, that actually has muscle stem built into the head of the laser, and it's not for what you think it would be, for treating trigger points or things like that. It's actually a biofeedback device, and it's
Interesting.
used to sense areas of low impedance in the tissue, and when it finds those areas, it will automatically treat until both sides come into the same impedance as the area that it found, and then you can move on. And it's been a really nice piece, because then you can say, hey, go treat this shoulder in the other room and just search for the points and treat it out, treat 5 minutes and come back, and you don't have to be so specific as exactly where to treat. Then we have, this is the big boy, this is the shower, and we are a cold laser. I can't say that we don't produce any heat, but we produce a very, very, very nominal amount of heat considered, so we're considered non-thermal. So this is the biggest laser we can put out. This has 4 laser diodes in it, a lot of LEDs, infrared, blue, red LEDs built into it as well. So this covers a lot of area, and that's nice to have too.
That's great. That's a lot of light spectrum too.
It is.
Yeah. Now, you were telling me about something that was really interesting. We were talking about this the other day. Tell our viewers about the home laser.
Well, when we've been doing home lasers for quite a while, actually. And the concept has always been so-so, right? The thought being that a doctor who uses one of these in their clinic, it'd be nice if the patient could use, especially in those acute settings where you want them to use the therapy every single day, sometimes twice a day. What if we could get those home with the patient? And then not only does it benefit the patient, there's also a continuous stream of income for the doctor there too, because the patient now has it for 7 days in a row. And so we have, this is called, if you can see that, this is the pain away laser, a little more simple. You can see that it has just a few settings on it. It is a class 1 laser with LEDs. It uses the same technology as the big laser, but it's just very limited. They're just a few settings. It is legal. It is over-the-counter legal, so a patient can't hurt themselves. If they look at it in their eye, they're not going to blind themselves, which is nice, even though we do, well, we do provide goggles with all of our lasers. For some people still feel uncomfortable, even though it's a lower level. I mean, you don't ever want to stare at laser, but casual contact with the eye, they can't hurt themselves with this either. Right. We provide all the marketing materials, all the reimbursement materials, and everything that the doctors need to get them in patients' hands. So with COVID, hate to bring up COVID, right? But when COVID came around and every other form of therapy, including my old therapy, I used to build interferential devices that have to be plugged into the wall. I've worked with other laser devices that all have to be plugged into the wall. All of a sudden, MultiRadiance Medical made the only home therapy device short of a TENS unit that could be legally rented to patients to help doctors bridge that gap in their revenue stream and also help the patients get better faster because they could have their treatment done at home.
Yeah, and I just think that's a remarkable kind of breakthrough in this COVID-19 time, that you've done two things, really. Not only is it therapy for the patient to be doing at home, so you get that continuance of care, but it's a great revenue center for the doctor's office. And number three, and we talk about this all the time, it helps create that social distancing. You have the patient in the office less time. They're going to do their therapy at home. They're going to come in and get adjusted. They're going to rent the machine from you. I mean, this is a win-win. This is huge.
Absolutely.
And it beats the socks off of just sending a TENS unit home with a patient.
It really does. And people have, the effects of TENS use at home has kind of, let's face it, it's kind of gone by the wayside anyway. And, this is cutting edge. Laser therapies and photobiomodulation therapies are literally cutting edge. And to be able to send that home, with a patient is a remarkable thing.
Yeah, it's just the latest and greatest in technology, and it's going to make your clinic look like it's really up to date. Great way to do therapy at home for the patient. Great revenue center. Meets your social distancing guidelines by keeping the patient in the office less time. Again, this is one of the biggest win-wins I've seen. So, how do people get a hold of you?
Very simple. You can go to MultiRadiance, all one word, .com. You can call me directly anytime you want. My cell number is, get a pencil ready, everybody, 913-820-3752. We're on all the social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can pretty much find us anywhere by typing in MultiRadiance laser. Will pop up.
Mark, I can't thank you enough for coming on today. MultiRadiance lasers, sorry. Great product, great tool for the office, and Mark's a great resource. Just a great person to know, and will do a great job for you. So, Mark, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much, too. Appreciate it. Good talking to you.
Yeah, you too. We'll see you soon.
All righty. Bye.